Hey everybody, Greek Geek here, and I'm back with another comic book review. I've been reviewing Legos lately, gonna get back into some comics. So today we're gonna take a look at an oldie but kind of goodie, wait till the end, Spider-Man by Todd McFarlane Omnibus. It collects Spider-Man issues 1 through 14, issue 16, and X-Force number 4. And cover price of 75 bucks. Of course, this is after his acclaimed run on Amazing Spider-Man in the late 80s as the artist. Some great stories where Venom was introduced as a character. He's just in the early stages of his writing career and given the full reins of a standalone Spider-Man book. Marvel gave him some ground rules, let him know which characters he could and could not use. And this is a few years before the Ben Reilly clone saga, which is when I started reading Spidey. So I did not read this as a kid and picked this up a while back. It's been over a year. It was from cheapgraphicnovels.com from their Nick and Dent sale. And it kind of sat on the shelf and I recently read it. Wanted to share my thoughts. This is a darker Spidey than what we're used to. In fact, this is definitely not a book that kids should read. Many of the stories take place underground in dark settings. This feels more like Spawn's world, which we would experience a few years after this in 1990 when Todd McFarlane creates Spawn with issue 1. The corny Spider-Man jokes that we're used to reading and the laugh fest that we get with him teasing the villains that he's fighting, those are gone. And without major spoilers, we have stories focused on the Lizard, Hobgoblin, Ghost Rider with a little Craven, and Morbius mixed in. We have not only one, but 2 stories about child abduction and child abuse. Gets a little bit creepy. I won't go into that. Yeah, and Wolverine even shows up to help Spider-Man solve a case of missing boys in the woods. Yeah, kind of interesting. So that's story number 2 of child abduction in this Spider-Man omnibus. The writing is average at best, okay, as we have to give McFarlane a little bit of a break. This was 2 years before he created Spawn, like I said, and at the time he lacked extensive writing experience. But there's basically no supporting cast in this book. Mary Jane is a throwaway character. She's basically bored the entire time, talking about how bored she is, how she wants to go to clubs, she just wants to party and go shopping. And it's kind of funny, but it's sad because it's not the MJ that we're used to seeing in the Spider-Man books. As a strong, independent woman. And really, there's no other characters. You know, Spider-Man's palling around with Daily Bugle co-workers and different family members. We don't have that here. And of course, the art is fantastic. And that's what draws people to the book still to this day. Todd McFarlane draws Spider-Man in the craziest poses, puts him in stances that don't seem humanly possible, and still to this day it's fun to look at. He draws longtime characters like Lizard and Hobgoblin in a very fresh and demonic style that at the time was in stark contrast to the classic Spider-Man artists that we had seen over the years, Romita and Buscema and guys like that. This omnibus is out of print and goes for around 90 bucks on Amazon. There's another variant cover with the black Spider-Man symbiote costume. I would not recommend spending that kind of money on this. If you're curious about the story and you love McFarlane art like many do, I would suggest the much more affordable trade paperback. It's usually around 25 bucks on Amazon. I will put a link in the description. Check that out. So that's the way to go versus spending the 90 bucks. You know, it's not a story that I plan to read again. I could see myself flipping through this again, you know, just to experience the art. Underneath the dust jacket, I mean, the book is beautiful. Spider-Man is just awesome, the way that Todd draws him. But, you know, however, the awesome art alone cannot save this from being a disappointment. Due to the stories feeling dated, a little boring. Like I said, the lack of supporting characters, the dark and mature content, I would not recommend this. And it pains me to say it, but I would give this a very unenthusiastic 3 out of 5 gyros on my Geektastic scale. So there you have it, an oldie but goodie. The art stands up, the story does not. Click like, leave me a comment, let me know. Have you read this? Is my review going to make you want to read it, not read it? But yeah, I would love to hear your thoughts on this. Let me know. And yeah, get yourself the trade paperback if you're going to do it. Like I said, click the description for the Amazon referral link. Okay, guys, I'll see you next time for either a comic book, toy, or Lego review. See ya.